there, Ben Kavanagh here, and this video will be a few things that you can do while you're in your house for the next few weeks, next few months, isolating yourself. In Ireland, we're not quite in a lockdown, not quite in a quarantine yet, but if people keep taking the piss, going out, meeting their friends, going into groups, then, government and law enforcement have to step in and be like, all right, you had your chance, you've lost your chance, you're not allowed to go out anymore. We thought, just go for a walk, go to the beach, go to the park, in groups of 2 or less. And everyone's kind of taking the piss. So this video will just be a few tips I've learned because I've spent most of 2020 in a lockdown, quarantine type of thing. And yeah, so these are a few things I did to keep sane and a few things you can do as well. One thing a lot of people are going to have to learn to do in the next few weeks and months is learn to be okay doing nothing. Learn to be okay with doing a lot less than you would usually do. You just can't be as productive as you once were. Not in a quarantine, not in a lockdown. You just can't really do it. It's hard to motivate yourself to continuously try and be productive at home. It's hard to motivate yourself to do all the work that you would have done in work at home. So you're going to have to learn to be okay with not doing things. And I think that's what a lot of people are struggling with. So the first one would be get fit, or at least stay fit or get fit. That's either what's going to happen. A lot of people will finish this quarantine, they'll be fat or they'll be fit. Fit or fat. Those are the two options. Fit or fat. So you can still go for a walk in Ireland. Can't say the same for other countries, other people watching this from around the world. But if you can still go outside, you should. Just do it alone. Just do it with the people you live with. That's all right. That's grand. You can't isolate yourself from the people you're living with unless it's a serious circumstance. So you're still going to socialize with the people in your house. So then you go for a walk with them. Just avoid everyone else when you do that. I went to the beach the other day and people were doing that in little groups, in their little families, but everyone was miles apart from each other. Go to a park, but go in small groups of 2 or 3 or less. Don't meet people. You can still go for a walk. Go for a walk. I couldn't go for a walk in Wuhan. I had to just stay inside. And that goes for the same people who are still there. I think it's getting much better now. I think soon they will be allowed out. But for the first 50 days or so, you're not allowed outside. And they coped very well. So I don't know why people are panicking and struggling with this so much in the first week. If you're in a city or a country that is properly on lockdown, you can still get fit in your apartment, in your house. Just Google workouts to do from home and you'll just feel better. Your mental health will just improve. And like I've said before, that's the main thing you got to look out for, because not going outside, not seeing other people, that's going to be the big problem, is just getting depressed, getting sad, just from being inside too much. So try and get fit. Even if you do a little bit, just a teeny bit, a few push-ups, a few sit-ups, that's enough. That'll do it. And then you just kind of build it up every day. So yeah, stay fit, get fit, go for a run. Just avoid everyone when you're out there. Number 2, second thing you can do while you're inside, learn to cook, or learn to cook more things. Last week I cooked risotto, lasagna, fajitas, lovely meals. I don't know about other shops, but in Ireland people aren't panic buying too much, which is great to see. I know that's not the case for a lot of places. But if you've got the stuff, if you've got the ingredients, you're going to use them. Cook. Learn to cook new things. You've got all the time in the world to go into the kitchen now. So just, learn to cook new stuff. Even if it's simple stuff like macaroni cheese. Lovely meal. Good stuff. Why not? And that, falls into the whole get fit, get fat. You can learn to cook good, healthy meals and then you know how to do that for the rest of your life. So there you go. One thing you can definitely do, which you definitely should do, is phone and FaceTime. FaceTime your friends, call, WhatsApp, whatever. Just stay in touch because everyone's going through the same thing. No one's socializing anymore. No one should be. So just call them. And there's a certain amount of people you can call. Call all the elderly people you know. Like, even if they're just your relatives, that'll do. Just give them a call. Chat to them for a little bit. May not be the most entertaining way to pass the time, but it'll definitely help all the elderly people. Just get a nice phone call from the family. Why not? What else are you doing? You're not doing anything else. Call the old people. Give them a call every couple of days. It will mean a lot to them, especially if they're not going outside, as they shouldn't. So yeah, definitely do that. My friend even suggested the other day, you just FaceTime a couple of friends, you all have a beer, have a virtual clink. There you go. Cheers. Why not? I mean, you're not seeing them anymore. You shouldn't. So do it over the internet. It's ideal. Number 4, get some Netflix. There's a lot of stuff to watch. And you can get bored doing that. But if you're just doing everything I've suggested for like 2 hours a day, that's the whole day gone, basically. Get some Netflix. I would recommend watching something funny, because this isn't a very funny situation. It's not a funny time. So watch funny things. Watch comedies. I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's a funny show. It's dark. It's dark humor if you don't like it. But just any comedy. The US Office, that's hilarious. Loads of funny shows. Just watch comedies, and then they're easily bingeable. You can just binge for a couple hours. I wouldn't recommend to do it for the day, because then when the day's over, you're like, oh my god, I did nothing all day. I just sank into the couch. But a bit of Netflix. Watch a few movies with the people you're isolating with. If you're isolating on your own, watch the movies you haven't yet. That's what I did in Wuhan. I tried to watch a few things I wanted to see I hadn't seen. But yeah, you can only do that for a certain amount of time. But if you cook, if you go for a walk, if you go on your phone to your friends and your family, that's a lot of time gone in the day. Don't just sit there doing nothing. And another thing I did in Wuhan when I was properly on lockdown was like clean a different part of the house every day. I only had an apartment. It wasn't very big, but it was pretty messy when the lockdown started. So just clean a little bit every day. You could do the whole apartment in one day. You could do that, but then you wouldn't have anything to do the next day. So just do your bathroom, do the sink, do the toilet, next day do the shower, then move on to the kitchen, then move on to the sitting room, and just so on and so forth, and just nice clean house. Feels better, because the things you got to look out for are your mental health now. Staying inside, you've got to enjoy the area you're in. So I know it's not fun, but it's something to do. You're not really looking for fun things anymore. You're looking for ways to pass the time without going insane. Cooking, cleaning, going for a walk, going for a run, staying fit, going on your phone. I hate to admit it, I think I'm averaging like 3 hours a day on Instagram, which is just brutal. That's terrible. And it's not really enjoyable after a while. So try not to do that, but call your mates, call your family. So those are your 5 do's. Walk and get fit. Walk, get fit, go for a run, whatever. Cook, learn to cook new things, cook your old things, cook whatever you can. Just have fun in the kitchen. I enjoy cooking, so that's one thing I did. Call your friends and your family, just for a bit of crack. A bit of fun. Sorry, crack is an Irish thing. Don't call your friends and family for heroin. Call them for, sorry, I'm laughing at my own joke, and it wasn't even funny. Call your friends and your family, just to make sure that they're okay. Call your friends to have a bit of a laugh on the phone, and call your elderly relatives just to make sure that they're okay in this bad situation, especially for them. Netflix, just watch a bit of Netflix, a couple hours every day, watch a movie, watch a funny series, just something light. And clean a little different part every day. Put in a wash, dry it, clean something, just a little bit every day. Just clean a little part every day, and then eventually it'll be clean. And yeah. So those are your do's. Your don'ts. Don't look at holidays and stuff. Don't look at destinations you should have gone to. I should have been in Amsterdam there a few weeks ago, but I'm not Googling Amsterdam every day to see how it looks. Just, have to learn to be okay with the situation. One other thing I thought not to do. What I try to do now, because just, all our lives are just surrounded by this goddamn virus. My recommendation would be to just watch one piece of news every day. Just watch half an hour or an hour of news at like 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock, and then just leave it, because there's just so much, too much bad news. So just, I'd say leave it at that. And the other one would be, like I said, I hate how much I've been on Instagram, like 3 hours a day. Like I'm averaging 3 hours a day. So one day it might be 2 hours, but the other day it might be like 4.5. So try and stay off social media. More. But stay on your phone. You can still talk to your friends. You can still call your friends. Like I said, download a few phone games. Why not? I just downloaded a weird frisbee game. It's fun though. Just a way to pass the time. Okay, hope people find this video helpful.